I'm pretty sure there are three types of people watching this today. The first type is people who don't know anything about business. They're just starting, maybe they have an idea. To me, it's like they don't have any experience, totally no experience in business. And then, second type is where you started your business, but then you don't have customers. More specifically, carriers, since we talk about the transportation industry and specifically in becoming an independent freight dispatcher. So the second type need customers. They don't have a customers, but they need customers. But then third type, where they started their businesses, they have carriers, and they want to retain and grow their businesses. This is very important. And today we'll be talking about the 5 SRM. This is basically, you can call it method or strategy. A little bit of a story. I would say it a backstory. When I started my first business, and obviously first, second, and third, I failed miserably. I emailed you, for those of you who received my email. First, failed it really, really badly. Second, failed it. Third, and again, miserably failed it. And one of the reasons why I think people fail in businesses because they don't know the stages or the proven stages in the business. For example, when I started my first business, I was just jumping around. And think about it. By the way, the 5 SRM stands for 5-step roadmap. For some people, it's 5-step roadmap method. So this is what the first step is, as you can see. Let me pull this real quick so that you can see. There you go. So first, obviously, is the starting point. We'll be talking about a lot of things today. This will be an absolutely amazing. For the first part, that people will get the benefit of learning where to start. But think about any business. Maybe you want to start an independent freight dispatching business, maybe a carrier, become a carrier, maybe become a broker. Whatever the business idea you have, this roadmap will help you. Then second is the get clients. This is the second stage of the business. And obviously, third step is the serving, meaning serving your clients once you get them. And then the fourth, I think this is crucial, and there is a reason why we have this in red, is because where you retain your customers. And then fifth, the last one is actually the growth. This is where you scaling your business. We'll be talking about a lot of things today. More specifically, today we'll be talking about how you can become an independent freight dispatcher, since we're talking about and we focus on how you can become independent freight dispatcher. This channel specifically focuses on the transportation industry. More like if you can niche down, we talk about independent freight dispatching in general. So the first step, for those of you who don't know anything about business, well, I was there. I know I didn't have anything, no idea about business, how I can start a business, how I can run a business. Absolutely no idea. This is actually the first stage. And there is a big reason why I'm about to show you. There's one important reason why I'm sharing this with you. And you will see, and then a lot of you that are watching right now, you will have this aha moment, what we call epiphany moment, where oh, and this is why, and it's not working. And there is a reason for this. When we start a business, or we want to start a business, obviously everything starts with an idea. Thinking about an idea, and for this specific video, we have an idea becoming an independent freight dispatcher. And most of you who are watching this right now, about 30%, they're new people coming in. I mean, I would say new viewers. They're not subscribers, but about majority of you guys, you are subscribers and watching this on a consistent basis. This is the idea of becoming an independent freight dispatcher. But you can change this idea to any business you want. Since we're talking about independent freight dispatching, we'll just focus on independent freight dispatching. So think about the idea. When you have idea becoming an independent freight dispatcher, then you must obviously think about the plan. And then again, I'll go step by step, but then I will share the reason why I'm sharing this, right? So that you guys have an epiphany moment. So I had one. So, and it's pretty obvious. So there is a learning curve. You want to become an independent freight dispatcher, but then there are a lot of things that you need to know. man, it's like that endless list of things that you must know or need to do in order to start your business off the ground. Skills, very important. There are a lot of people approaching saying, hey, I'm talking about the TMS, I'm looking about the TMS. I talked about this CRM that one of my friends, he's an independent freight dispatcher. Well, like, okay, are you a dispatcher? No, I have this idea, I want to start this business, but like, no, I have no idea where to start. Like, hold on a minute. So you don't have a skill, that means you need to acquire one. You need to learn how to dispatch trucks, right? Why am I saying this? The skill is very, very important. Don't assume that obviously watching YouTube videos and talking to one of your friends who is an independent freight dispatcher or a freight dispatcher working for a carrier, meaning single carrier, and he says, well, you need to just have a load board subscription, just go there and you will be calling brokers. That's not it, right? If you become an independent freight dispatcher, you also need to know the business aspect of it. This is very important. And in this channel right now, meaning in this video right now, we're focusing about 95% of the time, we'll be focusing on the business side of it, not the skills. But if you want to acquire the skills, but it's a different story, but there are a lot of videos in this channel that you can watch. Think about acquiring skills, meaning coaching, any programs you can watch. If you are like self-motivated, you can watch YouTube videos, talk to your friends, and obviously you can become an independent freight dispatcher if you wanted to. Not recommended, but you can do. Then this is what you moving towards starting your business, meaning forming your LLC. Now, legalizing your business, this is what I'm trying to say. And again, quick my disclaimer, I always say this, I'm not a lawyer. So please, when you're thinking about legalizing your company, please talk to professionals, small business attorneys, and CPAs. They can help you starting your business. And a huge part is the marketing. You need to have a solid marketing plan with the strategies and tactics. Well, then you're moving on to load board. And think about how many people, maybe maybe you had this, like, hey, I need to have a load board, but then you don't have a skill how to use this load board, meaning you don't have a dispatching skills. When I say dispatching, what I mean by saying dispatching, you must know how to find how to find loads, how to negotiate, meaning talking to brokers. And when I say talking to brokers, it's not just over the phone, you're just talking. There is a strategic way of talking. And most people will say, well, what are you talking about when you say strategic talking to the brokers? But there is a way to talking to brokers, right? So most of the brokers, they've been in business for many, many years. So if you're new in the industry and you want to talk, hey, how you doing? I'm calling about this. It's not going to work that way. So you will book a load, but then obviously you will be missing a lot of money on the table. That's what I'm trying to say. So obviously you need to know the finding of loads, booking, actually talking to brokers. And then the third part is very important. Actually, this is where you have the load, meaning the rate confirmation. And for those of you who don't know the rate confirmation, this is a very important piece of document. When you talk to a broker and you agree on a load, that is an agreement. Said, hey, we agreed on a load and we agreed on this rate. For example, from Atlanta, Georgia to Houston, Texas, I'm paying $5,000. This is what it is. Broker agrees to pay to carrier and carrier accept it. Now you're responsible for this load. That's what it is. This is an important piece of document. Keep in mind. So then obviously dispatching to a driver, the carrier, the owner operator, think whatever you want, but I think all of them are the same. So that is the starting point. And here is the reason, guys, why I'm sharing this with you today is because think about, just watch closely. You can screenshot it, by the way. Please take notes and just watch at this, or just look at this very closely and see how many times you, maybe your friend, or anybody who wants to start a business, like jumping around. Think about, I have a lot of people approaching me saying, hey, Kamal, I'm interested in the customer, service. I want to do this. I want to do that. For example, I want to build a team. I was like, okay. I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, I have this in my mind, right? So I'm picturing this and I'm like, so there are 5 stages. And like, what do you, like, are you dispatching? Oh no, like I don't even have a skill yet, but I'm thinking it's like man, like how are you thinking about the customer service? And again, no offense, but guys, I failed it many, many times. And this is what it's working. I'm sharing with you. You just like use it or lose it. That's what it is, right? But I'm saying to you, I'm delivering value to you. So you can accept, you can decline whatever you want to do with the information that I'm providing to you. But I think it's a very valuable information. And I was like, but no offense, but why you're thinking about customer support or customer service or actually delivering the services, meaning independent freight dispatching services, if you even if you like you don't have a business yet. Not only that, you don't even know how to dispatch. You don't even know how to access the load board. It's like, yes, true. But then listen, this is the 5 stages, right? And basically, what I will do is like I'll just email them or just like screenshot at them and say, look at this. This is what you need to do. Like you come back at the stage number 1 and focus. So if you are in the ideation phase, thinking about your business, well, idea is obviously become an independent freight dispatcher, then this is what it is. Like there is a learning curve and you need to accept this. Right? You can't miss this. It's like right in front of you. And we're not even talking about the stage number 2, which is get clients. Now, think about how many people, right? And I had many of my students that they will like, okay, Kamal, yes, we are on the like stage number 1, we're learning, but then I don't know, I think it's a human nature, but like, hey, what about the reward programs? Like, look at it. It's the stage number 4, which is retain your customers, right? We're not there yet, but we'll be talking about those. And like, I'm thinking about how I can keep them in the game. Like, do you have carriers? No, I don't. Like, do you have owner operators? No, I don't. Well, and again, no offense, but why you're thinking about the reward programs where they're like stage number 1, there's a stage number 2, there's stage number 3, and there a lot of things must happen before this. And then obviously they have this aha moment saying, oh wow, yeah, you're right. I think we need to come back and stick to whatever the like learning curve or the forming your LLC or your company, and then whatever like accessing the load, whatever the stage might be in the stage number 1 or the step number 1. Now, once you finish with the stage number 1, obviously you're moving to stage number 2. This is what you will be spending, and I did that in a lot of my students, and I do have friends and families in the business, and I do see that the stage number 1 is huge. And this is why in this channel, about 99% of the time, people will be asking how to get clients. For any business, it's really, really crucial to have a client. This is the stage number 2, get clients. Guys, getting clients, and I'm not talking about the finding clients, which is, I did a lot of videos about finding carriers, right? Or specifically, we're talking about becoming an independent freight dispatcher, and finding carriers, it's very easy. And I did a lot of videos. But I also showed you like how you can find a carrier within 5 minutes. There is a video. It's about like 35,000 views right now. It was posted a couple of months ago. Just take a look. Finding carriers, it's just like that, right? To getting them on board, that's the name of the game. This is what a lot of people get confused. Like, hey, like, well, I need carriers, but yeah, to get the carriers, you need to find the carriers first, right? So think about number 2, meaning stage number 2, where you get clients. Just look at it. How many steps, like how many things must happen to get a carrier on board? And obviously, I did a separate videos. For example, lead generation video. I did a video just specifically talking about the lead gen, email marketing, social media profiles, websites, basically the online presence. I talked about sales, closing deals. I talked about organic marketing. Specifically, I talked about the sales funnel, sales strategies, and there is obviously the video talking about the onboarding process. This is very, very important. And I'm not talking about the copywriting. The copywriting is huge. I'm not a copywriter. These are the people, professional people, that they write stuff for your business, which converts like crazy. So think about the lead gen. If you just talk about lead gen, by the way, for those of you who don't know, lead gen is basically a system where you get potential customers, but they're not customers yet, but they're kind of they might show you the interest that they're looking for independent freight dispatcher. And this is where they think about you have a website, and then there are people like meaning traffic, there are people coming onto your business, they're just looking around, reading your stuff, and then hey, and then they're contacting. That means they showed you some type of interest that they want to work with you. And then you exchange the information that now they become your lead is just it's a human being that they're interested in your business, but they're not your customers yet. This is what you need to do, setting appointments with them, and obviously using the ultimate conversion script and closing deals. The ultimate conversion script is basically for my students, if they're watching right now, they're using ultimate conversion script to close a deal. Think about this lead gen. You need to generate leads 24/7, 365. If you're not generating leads, guys, you're not in the business. This is very important. When you start a business, when you pass the stage number one, the number one thing, it starts with the lead gen. Like, buy any books you want, watch any YouTube videos about the business. Think about the first thing comes up is the lead gen. It's generating leads for your business. If you're not generating leads for your business, you won't be able to have customers in your business. That's period. That's it. So then email marketing, this is where you follow up with your lead gen. And it also could be part of the lead gen system that you have. And we talked about the lead gen machine, and we also talked about like well-oiled lead gen machine, how to build it, and their videos on this channel you can watch. Then online presence is very important. This is where when you heard a company, what you do first, you go YouTube and search, or maybe you go to Google and do the search. But about 90% of the time, what we do is that if we heard a company, what we do, we go to Google and then start searching them, right? So websites, the social media profiles, when I say social media, for those of you who are really good at, for example, videos, it's a YouTube channel, or think about like the Instagram, think about TikTok. I'm not into TikTok, but there's some people using TikToks. And think about the Facebook groups, Facebook business profiles, the basically social media accounts. It's actually the online presence. This is very, very important. Website is very crucial. I do see this is happening, and we do have a DT marketing agency that we build businesses for, specifically focused on the transportation industry. I don't want to say just specifically building websites for independent freight dispatchers, but we build websites for the trucking industry. Think about that way. When we see website, think about that a lot of people will be company focused. Think about if you're taking notes, this is very important. There will be company focused people, and then there will be think about the result focus or the customer focused websites. What are the differences? Anybody, please let me know. Let me see. So I do see there a lot of questions. Please hold on to your questions. I'll come back to your questions if you guys. Yeah, awesome. So think about your questions, and we will have the Q&A at the end, and then I will take your questions. So company focused is a website where you just like, hey, talking about all about you, all about the benefits, the features you have in your business. You do X, Y, and Z. You do X, Y, serve X, Y, and Z. What is it? Markets. You are into flatbed market. You are into reefer market. Into car hauling market, meaning auto transport. Like you're doing a lot of things 24/7, but you're not even talking about your carriers, your potential clients. They're not interested. Like how awesome you are. That's period. And why I'm sharing with you guys this, because I did that and I failed. You don't need to. You don't have to. You just like take notes and implement this. It's very important. When it comes to websites, we can do like series of videos about website, because websites very, very important, right? I'm not talking about the like digital brochure of your company. I'm talking about a system online that works for you 24/7, 365. That is your business, basically, right? And then when it comes to customer focus, this is where you see it, like they're talking to carriers. If you're attracting carriers, for example, you're talking to them, talking to their pain points, talking to like how they can solve their problems. Almost none about their businesses, how awesome they are. No, it's all about customer focused websites, right? So then moving on, setting appointments, guys, this is like if you miss this period, like if you get carriers, you will lose them instantly. Setting appointments very important. Appointments, this is where they're interested in your services and they book a call with you. Basically, the booking process is what we call is the discovery call. Discovery call when the carrier talks about his business, his numbers, how many trucks he has, the lanes, everything, like all the good stuff. He talks about that, and then you see the problems, and you say, okay, I can definitely fix those problems. For that, you need to schedule calls with your potential clients. If you're not doing, because you are in the service business, if you're not doing that, getting customers, like the probability of getting customers is below 5%, like period, right? You need to set appointments. Sales calls, very important. In sales calls, when you book a call with the carrier, with the potential carrier, and you're using, if you're one of my students, you're using ultimate conversion script that we provide to close a deal, right? And a lot of our students, they close a deal just using that. So if not, that you can come up with your own script. And by the way, when we say script, very important. It's scripted, yet it's not like reading word by word. It's just basically a framework, right? You're not a robot. I get that. But it has to be a guided conversation. You're not talking all the things that happening in the world, right? With the COVID thing, and then you were neighbors. No, it's just focused one thing and one thing only. Okay. So then sales calls, obviously closing the deals, thinking about paid ads. Okay. It could be Google ads, social media ads, meaning Facebook ads, whatnot. And then organic marketing. And I do teach this inside the Facebook group that I have. By the way, there is a link below this video. Please join our Facebook groups. So there's organic marketing. And then we talked about sales funnels. It's basically a sales process. And then copywriting, like copywriting is actually the words on your what is it? On your website. Think about the copywriting, and then obviously onboarding. Once they say yes, then there is a onboarding process. You onboarding to your system. So third is the serving. Serving, this is where you need to TMS, CRM. By the way, we did a video. You can watch tools you need, delivering services that when you have the carrier, now you're serving them, customer support. Think about team members. Once you have done that, then you think about the retainer. Retainer is where you think about the reward programs to keep your customers in the game. Think about software, think about subscription model. Then obviously you're becoming a really pro and think about the retainer programs inside your business. It's very important. Now, once you have done that, then you're moving into the growth phase. Growth, this is where you go all in with ads, all in with promotions. Think about inventions, innovations, ascensions, acquisition, meaning buying other services or the businesses, and team building. It's number one thing. And with all of that, you have the automation. Automation is huge when you have the growth phase. Okay. So the quick thing is between the innovations and inventions and innovations. Think about inventions when you invent something new inside your company that nobody thought about. Could be software, anything. It could be a new type of services, for example. And then innovation, when you have, it's not something new, but it's like, think about the new method that you disrupt the market. Okay. So hope that helps. I'll just quickly look at if you guys have questions. You guys have no questions. I hope you guys get a lot of values out of this. If you obviously have questions, please email me info@dispatchtrucks.com. And I hope to see you guys next week, Wednesday. Bye for now.